Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 37 of Direwolf20's Let's Play Create Above and Beyond series, where today I'm getting ready to make circuits. So last episode we got printed silicon crafted in a very nice and automated fashion. Very pleased with it. If we fly over here, we'll see that we've got 3.5 stacks of it already. That's awesome. That's awesome. How's this coming along? All right, cool. So we've now overwhelmed our ice charges. Perfect. That's kind of what I wanted to see. So tell me what's the gum up here. I'm assuming it's you. No, you still have some ice charge or earth charges, but you're just, it's probably, what is gumming it up? Is it you? Are you a little slow? Actually, how did you get on here? You should not have gotten on there. How did that happen? How did a ball of sand get on there? That shouldn't have happened. I have no idea how that happened. That's interesting. Anyway, you get voided. That's a weird one. That shouldn't have happened. I guess something happened. Well, that explains it a little bit. Between episodes, I started playing around a little bit with the way these things are made. And let me show you, as soon as this thing lets me sleep through the night, what tweaks I made to the ice maker. Because that was kind of my slowdown point, as I was waiting for ice more than anything. If we fly over to our ice maker, you'll note that I set this guy up to stack limiter at 8. So we now have 8 snowballs in there. Now what's interesting is he collects... Can I open you? Will you update live while I'm... 8 and then 4. See how it turns into 4 ice cubes? Right? Isn't that weird? Like, how does that happen? If we look at the is it yeah, there we go, Blizz cubes. Any amount of snowballs through an alchemical laser. So what's interesting is it was 1-to-1, but now when I have 8 in there, it immediately turns into 4 snowballs. Maybe it's a charge thing? Is the thing running out of charge entirely? I don't think so, right? No, it's got plenty of charge left. So I'm not sure why that's happening, but I'm also not too worried about it, frankly, because, I mean, it's still 4 times faster than it was before. You know, so we're basically making 4 ice cube things at a time rather than 1. So that, you know, obviously speeds things up a little bit, which is nice. So now my silicon compounds are kind of getting back to being good. I'll just have to keep an eye on things. See, look, this thing did it again. How did you do that again? Why do you have, why is this existing? Why is this happening? This shouldn't be happening. This should not be happening. I'm gonna have to, like, babysit this for a minute and see why this is gumming up. Because in theory, that shouldn't happen. I guess we're gonna have to just wait and see what's up. So yeah, long story short, things are running pretty good. Clearly I just ran into something weird that I hadn't seen before, and I'm not sure why that's going on. But we'll give it a chance and see what happens, right? So anyway, where was I? What was I talking about? Stuff and things. Maybe what I'll have to do is, like, pull off... I could set, like, a filter into a nullifier or something like that for those sand dudes. If this becomes a regular problem, what I can do is just pull balls of sand off the belt into a nullifier. And that would solve that. Not a huge deal, but it's all good. Cool. Cool. I'd like to set up a new ender tank system today, if I may. What I'm going to do is just get red, white, white, and that's going to be for redstone, liquid redstone, and let me tell you why. I started looking at what's involved in getting circuits. So if we look at our quest book right now, right, we're in chapter 4, into the box. Our next task is to deploy and make calculation mechanisms. And basically we're going to take our chapter 3 mechanisms, we're going to hit them with a couple printed silicon and a flash drive, and that will make a calculation mechanism, which is the final assembly piece that we need. The flash drive, however, needs a logic processor. In addition to that, we need, you know, these things to get into applied energistics, which, you know, I'm going to want to do. This should come as no surprise, but I'm going to want to get into applied energistics. Thank you very much. So with that in mind, I figured we should start looking at all the different circuits from applied energistics and be ready to make all of them. So here's the deal. In order to get the logic processor, we basically take a printed silicon, we smack it with the logic circuit, we drip some destabilized redstone on it, and then we press it. and then we'll get the logic processor. The exact same process is done for calculation and engineering processors. We just substitute the printed engineering circuit here in the beginning, and then we're, you know, done. That said, we're going to need some destabilized redstone. Now, in addition to that, we need to make the printed logic circuits. These are surprisingly easy. We just either in a casting table or a blast chiller get some molten gold, and we, you know, pour it in there. Now, what's interesting is it needs 1,000 millibuckets of molten gold in here, and it needs 1 ingot, which to my knowledge is 144 millibuckets, so it sounds to me like the casting table is the way to go. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like it's a lot more efficient to do it in the casting table, right? 1 gem versus 1,000 millibuckets. So, I mean, yes, do it in the casting table. So you might have noticed if you looked at my inventory that I've got a seared casting table and some seared drains and some seared faucets. I've got this all ready to go. But in addition, we're going to need the destabilized redstone. Now remember, destabilized redstone comes from either redstone itself or we can get it by doing the mixing process of charged Certus quartz and volatile sky solution. Now, for funds, I thought it would be cool to come over here. What if I just... Can I do this? Will you start, you know, making some redstonies for me? That would be super cool. Or no? No, probably because you're there, right? So what I could do... Well, I'm not quite sure how this process works, but can I throw one down here and you'll start filling up? I'm guessing not either, because you're probably just pulling it right past it, and the suction bit is right there. So that's kind of a bummer. I might need to restructure this if I wanted to borrow the destabilized redstone that's being produced over here, right? Which I might. Yoink. So how can I tap into this guy to steal or / borrow this destabilized redstone? It's a really good question. If I moved this back one, would that work? Probably. We could probably do that. I could probably rearrange this a little bit to make it work. It might be slightly annoying, but I bet it's doable. Let me think about how to restructure this so that I can just drop this in here, right? So what if we did this, and this, and then that? Does that work for everybody? That might work. Hey, look, I think we're getting destabilized redstone in there. Yes, we are. Look, it's starting to fill up, right? I think, maybe, potentially. Now, in theory, or at least in hopes, what'll happen is it'll fill up the ender tank, and then once the ender tank is full, it'll proceed into here. Destabilized redstone. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But it definitely looks like it's filling up in there. At least a little bit. I don't know if there's like a good way to tell how much is in there, but it looks like it's working. I'm assuming it's just kind of splitting it. Now, if we need to make more destabilized redstone, I think we can probably pull that off, right? We'll figure out a way to make that happen. Yeah, are you a little bit slow? Can I speed you up a little bit? What's taking you so long? I might have stolen a Certus crystal here. If I bring another Certus over, that might not be a bad plan. We'll see. So if we look at this, we'll note that it's only 250 millibuckets of destabilized redstone, so I'm going to hope that what we have is enough. You know, I mean, we've already got a significant amount in there. Like, it looks about half, maybe a third to a half full. So that should be a decent amount of destabilized redstone. So I think this will work for now. If we need to amp this up at some point, we will. But I don't know how much we're going to need to amp it up. But what I'm going to do is build an assembly line over here that's basically going to be for making these circuits, right? So it should be easy enough, because I'm barely using this, right? Like, I forget if I have a speed or a stressometer on this guy, but, I mean, we have some pretty significant speed upgrades on him, and he's producing a lot of stress units. But my plan is to basically build an assembly line right along here that's going to do this. And it'll be the exact same assembly line for all three. We just basically will have an input chest for printed silicon, and then we'll have an input chest for the circuits to go into, and we can put the spout with the destabilized redstone ender tank right on top of it. and that should be cool. So let me go get the components I need for that, and then we'll come back to build it. Deal? So be right back. All right, so we need a deployer, we need a press, and we need a spout, right? And that should be pretty much it. Hopefully I've got everything else I need. If not, we'll figure that out pretty quickly. So let's see. I'm thinking what we probably want is a belt system that's going to go along here. So it's going to be 3 things, right? 1, 2, 3. And that should be pretty much it. So let's get our belts. Now maybe I want to make it a little bit... Well, no, I think we should be fine, right? So we'll have a chest here. Do I not have chests on me? I usually have chests on me. I might have used them all. I might have used them all. I might have used them all. Cool. Not at all what I want to do. Okay, so that'll be that. And then what we want to have is an andesite funnel, which we might be out of. So maybe I go make a couple more of those. That's easy enough to make, though. I just put one of these in here, and we got them. Sweet. Okay, and then our first machine will be the deployer, right? Deployer, spout, press, okay? So what we're going to want here is going to be the deployer. Okay, and then the spout is going to go right next to him. And then the press is going to go right next to him. Cool. And then we're probably going to want to have, you know, we could put like a hopper up here with a chest on top of it. We may not even need the chest, to be honest with you, right? But what we could then do is basically just hopper in the engineering circuits or the, you know, printed calculation circuit or the logic circuit, right? And it'll boom, boom, boom down the line. Does that work? I think that should work. Now you need to get the redstone, right? So I'm just going to put this here, and I might... I'm just going to turn it off for a sec. But now we've got a bucket of destabilized redstone in there. And this guy's going to have... He looks like he's more than half full. So, I mean, we should be good for a bit. We'll see if I'm crazy. And then just a chest over here with one of these dudes in it. This is looking pretty good to me, right? Now, to get you guys all going, let's get our stuff, right? So you can go away. Let's have you here, let's have you here, and let's have some gearboxes as well. Nice. All right, cool. So if I put gearboxes like so, this might want to be a vertical gearbox. Would that be smart? Maybe. Because we also want to get, you know, these things going. Okay, so let's see. Gearbox, if I put you down, that's the opposite direction that I want to go, right? So that's better. Yeah? Cool. And then you guys don't care what direction you're going. So let's see. How might I want to get you connected? It's always a little bit trickier to connect these things than you think it will be. I'm trying to do it like without using 100 gearboxes, but we're probably just going to wind up using 100 gearboxes. So what if we just did vertical gearbox here? I'm just going to do that. Does that sound cool? I like the looks of this, right? All right. Now, we're going to go want to get some printed silicon. Now, hopefully, he's going to stop there on account of not having anything that we want. Perfect. Perfect. And that'll be our silicon line. Now, over here, let's go set up. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up my inventory real quick. Give me this back. I really need flight everywhere because I love having flight, and I very much do not love not having flight. But what I'm going to do is put some seared drains, 1, 2, 3, like so. And then seared faucets. 1, 2, 3. And then seared casting table, 1, 2, 3. And then some levers. How great is this void tier? Can we talk about how great the void tier is? Because I really love it. Okay. And then what I want, do I have my invar? I do. So let's upgrade you. Remember, that doubles it. And then I'm going to get 1 silicon and 1 logic. Okay? We're going to do this again. And do 1 silicon and 1 engineering. Okay? And then we're going to do it one more time. And we're going to do 1 silicon and 1 calculation. Calculation, engineering, logic. Cool. Silicon will go back. Zoinks. You guys can go in here as well. I don't know where and how I picked up Certus Quartz seeds, but they should probably just be voided somewhere. I've got a nullifier I can drop you into, don't I? Nullifier. Where are you? Nullifier. There you are. Trash. So these guys are going to go back here. Boom, boom, boom. So check this out, right? We should be done with all this now. So if I want a logic processor, so let's get a few of each processor, right? Let's get a few of each. Right? So if we do processor, this one's copper, I assume? I never actually checked. Yes, molten copper. So let's get like 16 of each. Does that sound cool? So all I got to do is drop these dudes in here. Make sure that this is off, by the way. And start with the tick accelerating. And what should happen is they should be nice and cool. See how it's automatically doing the thing? All right, now what we want is some hoppers, which I forgot to get, but we will get. I'm just going to do like a string of hoppers down there, I think, would be nice. So you can turn into hoppers. Yeah, 12 hoppers. Nice to have a good number of those. Perfect. Okay, and we can put our invar away too. And if I'm going to be clearing this much dirt, I might as well get the thing, right? So hopper, boom, boom, boom. So now what should happen is we'll start automatically draining our gold, goes into there, because that's the only thing that accepts gold, right? So nothing else will automatically pour until we clear out our backlog of gold. Oh, do you guys, not enough heat to melt this item? I guess diamonds need to be melted with blazing blood, huh? That's a little bit annoying, but not terrible. Let's swap it out real quick. I mean, we obviously have a little bit of blazing blood. Won't be the end of the world. And then we'll swap it back when we're ready. Cool. Now, if we wanted to... So see how that works? And then once we get all the gold ones done, and by the way, they're going into here. But once all the gold ones are done, then we'll start processing the copper ones. In theory. There we go. Nice. And then the same for diamond once diamond is, or once copper is done. Cool. So this should be automated. This should be, you know, you just put the raw materials in and it'll do the thing. I swear it feels like I just slept. It feels like I just slept. It's bananas how fast the day goes in this pack. See, look, now it's doing diamond. Cool. Nice. Then what we're going to do is bring these guys over to our new assembly line. We put them in like so. And Bob's your uncle. How cool is that? Now we just have to turn this back on. And now it's working. Right? Isn't that awesome? And then when it runs out of the gold, it starts doing the diamond. And then when it runs out of the diamond, it's going to start doing the copper. How cool is that? That is not bad at all. There goes copper. I like this. I very much like this. And then when it runs out of that, it sticks the machine and it just stops. Right? And now we've got 16 of each piece. And now I can go make my flash drive that I need. Right? So that's just going to need a piece of cobalt and iron, which is no big deal. Flash drive check. Quest complete. Now what I'm also going to do right away is go turn that flash drive into the unlimited flash drive. Right? Because that's going to be 100% a thing that I want to do. So we've got 14, almost 15 stacks of this. So if I want the market, and we wanted the 7 stacks, okay, and then we can come over here and we can say, hey, give me some gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flash drive, submit, submit, go, unbreakable. Boom. Boom! How cool is that? Now, I never did the magnetic one. I need 7 stacks, which we do actually have enough. So I should maybe consider getting the magnetic guy. I don't even know how my magnet's doing over here. I assume he needs to be replaced at some point, but we could go check on him. Do you think he'll let me take an existing magnet? Or do I have to make a new one? I guess we'll wait and see what happens. So I'm going to make the 7 gold that I need. We'll see if it lets me hand this one in. If not, I'll make a new magnet. Cool. So we will do gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Submit. Submit. Oh, good. It did let me do it. Nice. Okay, cool. So now we've got the enchanted resonator, and that will be super cool. Okay. So you can go back to resonating. All right. And now we need to expand this production line. You might notice there's a whole bunch of dirt here. Did I mention that I got ready between episodes to do this? I probably didn't. Well, now you know. Is there a way to expand these belts? Somebody told me there was a way to, like, expand the belt or something so that I don't break the existing belt line. That would be nice. That would be nice. Because we're going to get a bunch of junk in our inventory on account of the fact that, you know, there's going to be a bunch of junk in our inventory. What I might do is, like, stop you. If I give you a redstone signal, do you stop running? I think that is the case. And then I'll probably wind up breaking the belt line. I feel like somebody told me there was a way to extend belts. Can I ponder you and you tell me if there's a way to expand belts? Let me look. Alright, so I got 3 more deployers. I cleared the belt off by just taking 16 inductive mechanisms out of the drawer and let it basically clean off the whole belt. So now I should have no problem breaking this, and, you know, everybody's going to be cool, right? So let's get our thing good to go here, right? So I know we're going to need a drawer. We're probably going to need a flint dude downgrade for the drawer. So let me go get those. Yeah, we definitely want those. So flint downgrade for drawer. It's going to be you and a couple pieces of flint. And a couple sticks. There we go. Cool. Good deal. So this should be good. I think I got everything I need here, right? I don't see why not. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to want our deployers again. That look good? Except that they're facing upside down, but I can fix that easily. Okay. And then the last one's going to get the flash drive, right? So let's make sure to filter you on flash drives. The other two we should filter with some silicon. Let's go check in on our silicon. How's it coming along? I assume well? We got... No, it's not well, because we only have 3 stacks still. What's going on, silicon? What's going on, silicon? You did this thing again. How does this keep happening? We're gonna have to nullify that. We're gonna have to handle that somehow, some way. Because I don't know why that's happening. In theory, that shouldn't happen, right? Am I crazy, or should that not happen? So we're gonna have to do a little bit of babysitting and figure out why that occurs. But we'll deal with that eventually. So let's have the belts come out to here now. So if I were to disconnect you, and we threw a belt, is there a limit to how far this goes? I really have no idea. I guess so, yeah, because we just found it. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? We'll do this. And then I think we can just do this, right? All we will probably have to do is throw a couple gears here just to get you guys going. But that reverses the direction, so that's not what we want. We probably want encased chain drives should make it work. That'll do, right? Chain drives? That seems cool. All right, nice. Now what I'll probably wind up doing is throwing the oak drawer with the downgrade here. And what I'll say is, let's have our andesite funnel be like that. Is that cool? Okay. Yeah. All right. And then that works for me, right? And that should be cool. Because this is the last of the lines. Now we're going to need some pipes, and we're going to need an extractor dude. And that shouldn't be too big of a deal. So some pipes. Wow, we're low on pipes again. I you know, get low on pipes really easily, I will say. So let me have one of you. We're going to want a low tier extractor. We've got our silicon. Let's, again, sleep through the night because it's always nighttime in this pack for some reason. I don't know why. It's like Forgecraft. It always rains. And then we just need to bring our silicon over. I want to filter the silicon on the deployers. Not that we really need to, because in theory there should never be any way for it to get anything else, but, you know, doesn't hurt. Boom, boom, boom. Little chest action going on. Put the silicon in, extractor module, and then we should be good to go. You guys should be getting your extractors now. You know what I did like to have is a round robin module on those guys. So why don't we get that? Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Oops, not a crafting station. The saw. So you with a round robin. Yeah. That is something I like to have. So let me remove you real quick. Yeah, round robin is 100% the way to go. So that way you guys will get, you know, half and half. So now if we get this thing running again, we should be cool. Yeah? So we have to fill this thing back up because I just made a new batch of these, the andesite machines. But other than that, not a big deal. How's my stress doing? 66%, so it's moderate. Moderate. We still got plenty of stress units left. So once this thing fills up, then the other guys will fill up, and then we'll be cool, right? I think so. And then we'll have our first batch of mechanisms. So let's just check our quests into the box. You're good. So the next thing to make is the calculation mechanism. So once this thing fills up, which it shouldn't take too long, and we still have lots of this in here, and lots of these. Yes, I could automate these. People have been saying this in the comments for a while. You should have automated these, Dyer. Yes, I can, But also, you know, having a chest full at a time ain't that big a deal, right? I can easily do this, and it's no big deal. It works out just fine. Maybe if I had sorted my inventory before I did that, it would have been even faster, right? Cool beans. Nice. And all the components that are, you know, take durability are enchanted now. So we have no need to replace these 4 things ever. They will always run forever, and that's kind of awesome. Cool. So that's that. You're at 64, so you're going to drive right past that guy. You're at 61, so we just need 3 of them to fill up. And then here comes our new ones. Right? And all I got to do is lock this. And boom. And because he has a stack limit of 1, this thing will back stuff once we have 1 full stack of these. Cool? Quest complete. That is cool. And then we can get an ME controller with some Fluix casing, which is just black stone and lead plate. Not a big deal at all. How cool is that? We are there, folks. So the whole thing should back stuff once this drawer fills up. And, you know, we'll have basically 1 stack of all of these. Now, I'm pretty sure, I remember somewhere along the line they said we're going to need a lot of calculation mechanisms, which is fine, We will 100%, you know, remove that stack upgrade if we need to, or downgrade, I guess, right? It's a downgrade. So if we need to remove this guy, we absolutely can, and then we'll have, you know, as many as we want. Now, what are we out of? We're out of silicon. Right, no, that makes sense, because we made about 32 of these, which is exactly how much I would have expected to make with 1 stack of silicon. Right? So let's get, you know, another couple stacks of silicon over here. And then we got to go figure out why our perfectly designed system that shouldn't be failing is failing. Cool. So let's go investigate that. Are you gummed up again with goop? No, you're actually behaving still. Okay. You might need an augment. I might want to speed you up a little bit. Maybe one of these. It's a zinc machine casing with redstone. I might have a zinc machine casing left over. I might have used... Yeah, this is the last one. I knew I had, like, maybe 1 left. Cool. And these guys are infernal mechanisms. All right, that's not a big deal. They're easy to make. They really are. You just go into the nether and make them. So I'm going to just pop you in there so that you can process a little bit faster. And maybe that'll make life a little bit better for everybody. Yeah. Cool. And if, like I said, we need more power, not a problem to add more magmator thingies, right? Shouldn't be a big deal at all. Now, you seem to be running a little bit faster than you, so I might want to throw a speed upgrade on that guy. Maybe a copper one? Maybe I'll do that. So that's just a copper machine casing, which I know I have a few of, because I made a bunch last time I needed them. Okay. And that should make my washing machine be a little bit faster. Cool. Now we're cooking. Yep, I think this is cool. Now we should be steady. Definitely a lot better. And then I need to babysit this a little bit to see if that thing happens again, where like this ball of sand gets somehow onto this belt. And if it does, we'll just, like I said, throw a nullifier on the thing and handle it. Deal? All right. Let's just keep an eye on this for a few minutes, and I'll be right back. So real quick, we now have a stack of these. How cool is that? So these guys can be used to make the ME controller. They can be used for the 1K storage components. It's not a big deal. For blank patterns for auto crafting. They can also be used for planet ID chips and mechanical crafters. Nice. They can be melted down into liquefied logic. Okay, I'm going to look at what those are used for in a minute. And this is just the stuff you can craft manually. So talk to me about liquefied logic. Oh my. It can fill buckets, and it can also be making these things. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. Neato. Yeah. I don't understand. I guess at some point I will. Okay, that's cool. It looks like that might be part of the next thing, though, because Divide by Digital is like the final chapter, right? But let's look into the box here. And so basically I want to make one of these now. So why don't I get 8 of these? And we'll let more crafting happen. And let's go craft this thing, shall we? All right, ME controller needs Fluix casing. ME controller. Boom. Look at that. Advancement made. Networking switchboard. Huzzah! And that will get me some calculation processors, some Fluix crystals, and all kinds of other cool stuff. Nice. Nice. All right, let me put these things away real quick. All of this can go away real fast. Well, maybe not you go in there, but you get the point. This can go away. These can go away. This can go away. This can go away. Nice, nice, nice. Fluix crystals, I assume, will be in my future. We'll figure them out. But for now, we've completed this, right? Express circuitry. Oh, I need to make one of each of these. But I can do it. I already made them in advance, but let's just do it to knock out the quest. Right? Boom, boom, boom. There you go, buddy. Oops, wrong thing. Okay. Everybody cool here? Yeah? In theory? You've got a gem. Do your thing. Quest completed! Express circuitry! And then I might as well turn these things into the thing they belong to, Boo, because there's no other use for them as far as I know. I love it. Quest completed! Yay! That is all of Chapter 4, right? Is that literally everything in Chapter 4? Why didn't I get the dun 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 thing that happens? Is there more to Chapter 4? Oh, is it because I didn't have... Yeah, close. Maybe there's more to Chapter 4? The entire factory is started back up for one final sprint. With a steady supply of calculation mechanisms, the digital infrastructure performs the necessary operations to put together an ideal trajectory. While this data center visibly crunches the numbers, the designated astronaut starts getting themselves in the spaceship prepared for launch. Sweet. So divide by digital. Here we go. This is Chapter 5. Man, this is cool. Why didn't this play like the big you completed Chapter 4 thing? Because I feel like we should have... I think we did everything, right? It looks like it's all checked off. Unless there's a hidden part of Chapter 4 that I'm not seeing. Did I miss a checkbox somewhere? Dun 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 dun. Right? So there must be more to Chapter 4 that's hidden. Or that's like a bug in the pack that I'm like not seeing. Right? But we are well on our way to Chapter 5 now. Ha ha! Yeah, I don't know why Chapter 4 isn't fully complete. But anyway, I do know that it's wrapping up point. So for now, Double20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We've completed Chapter 4, which is super cool. And it means that we're well on our way to some good stuff. I think what we're going to do now is get started with Applied Energistics. Sounds like a nice time, right? So I might want to start looking into what would be involved in getting Applied Energistics up and running, because we already have our ME controller. Now all we need to do is just get some cabling and some smartness, and yay, right? And then once that's done, we'll probably start breaking into Chapter 5 and see what's involved with that. Upcycle bin, contraption 47. So I need to make matter plastics in the matter condenser. Okay. And then that'll work towards, oh boy, we're going to have to make blaze cakes. We're going to have to make blaze cakes, folks. And then that has to be superheated, and then we have a whole process to go in order to get, like, the rocket guidance computer. Oh, neat. Computational matrix? Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Oh, I see. Liquefied Logic's 1 through 9. So we actually have to make each of the numbers here. Ah, that's interesting. All right. That's cool. I'm down. I'm down for some fun. And then, you know, my goodness, look at this spaghetti. Actually, I guess we start here? Yeah. So we'll figure it out next episode. For now, Doll20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.